doing? I'm gonna set up a double live stream, putting up the other part of it right now. Two different channels. One is Preacher Pale Rider, and the other one will be Legends and Tales Josie Wales. Wait a minute. Actually, I got to charge the battery on the other one, so we'll go with this one for right now. I'll jump in later with the other channel. Wait a minute. Yeah, I was at work, so I didn't really get much time to plan nothing with this. Just gonna jump in here. Let me see. Yeah, looks like the notification went out. That's a good thing. And this is on 16%. Let it charge a little, then I'll fire up the other live stream. What I was going to do, I got my old phone that I took everything off of here and put it on the other phone. Basically, it's my new phone. But there's still videos and stuff on here that are probably might be on my old phone that I'm going to critique my own videos or something tonight. I'll pull them up and just look through them. It's been a couple months since I changed phones. I don't know what's on here. I kind of glanced at a few of them. Maybe pull them up and see if they're relevant and see if I predicted anything or whatever. It's getting hot in here. Let me take this thing off. Oh, man. I guess nobody's even on there yet. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's muggy out. Let me see. I'm going to try to put the other live stream up. Okay. Here we go. We're on 17%. Hey, what's up? I can't read that. Hang on. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Where you from? I'm in Wilmington, Delaware. I don't know if you know. It's East Coast of America. Putting up the other live stream, so I got a double live stream going. Hey, what's up? Hang on one second. Okay. Go live with this. This is the other live stream right here. The other channel is Legends and Tales of Josie Wales, and the one you guys are on is Preacher Pale Rider. And if you could, it'd be cool as shit if you could jump around to both of them. Maybe I only need like 8 more to hit 1,000 subscribers over at the Legends and Tales of Josie Wales. So if you help me out there, that'd be awesome. And this other channel, there you go. There's a notification just went out for that. What's this say? Basically just doing a lot, just talking right now. But I found my old phone and I jumped everything over to the other thing. But I found some videos on there from my channel. Maybe I'll pull them up and critique them. I don't know how old they are. I guess they're a month or 2 back, but I got to make sure they're on the same channel, so they can't get me for any kind of copyright. If they do, then I mean, I'm the owner of it. I made the material, so it is what it is. I'm just gonna go take a look at these. What's that say? So I don't know where you guys are at, but it's muggy tonight. It's humid, and it's just starting to rain. We're supposed to have a thunder and lightning later on. I don't know what time. I think they said 10:30 or 11, and maybe hopefully it'll cool the hell off over here. I'm getting ready to move from my domicile, my house. Let me show you where I live. That's my house back over there behind that tree. I'm gonna bring it up. Yeah. And I'm getting ready to move. And hopefully things will be getting better for me. I've had a pretty rough 2 years, man. You couldn't believe the shit that happened to me. It was ridiculous. And I don't like to bitch, complain, or whine, but I'm going to do it anyway for a little bit. Hang on 1 second. What's going on here? Okay, we're good. Yeah, I started off about a year and a half ago. I lost my job. I was there for 6 years. And they brought in younger, candidates for the job. And just wanted to kind of get rid of me because I was making more money. And they can't get over on somebody that's older, has been around for a while and knows all the games that businesses like to play. So they like youth. They want to bring young kids in because it's easier to manipulate them and pay them less, which is kind of unfair. And they were doing it. They were going to probably, if Trump hadn't taken all the immigrants and started pushing them out of the country, these companies would do the same damn thing. Take advantage of them, and meanwhile fire everybody else. It's basically the rich, going after the poor all the time. If you look at all the problems in the world, it's all the rich and powerful. Hey, what's up, Doc? How you doing? Yeah. What's that about moving? Yeah, nah. It was bound to happen. I couldn't pay the rent was too. What's this? Wow, I'm sorry to hear that about your dad. Yeah, that's a brutal loss. And if I go back 20 years, I lost both my mom and dad within the same year. That was really brutal. So I've already been a veteran of shit hitting the fan. Yeah, I've already had things happen, and I'm older now. But I tell you what, a lot of stuff had happened in the last year, and I don't know how the hell I kept my cool. You know. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, right now I'm literally still looking for a place to live. However, I just out of the blue got another job offered to me. I applied for this 7 months ago. I worked with this guy and his brother years ago. They own a place called Purebred Deli. There's like must be 6 of them in the state of Delaware that I know of, or at least more than multiple. Who's that? Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? And I'm gonna see if I can get in there. I had a job, still kind of do, that was given to me about a month ago, and I told him I couldn't work. I worked two days and told him, look, I got so much shit going on. I'm in the process of moving. I had to go to eviction court, all this other crap. So they said, you know what, give us a call in a couple weeks. So I could still go back up there, but I'm not, I'll be honest with you, I think this other place will be more in line with what I want to do. I worked with these guys. They were brothers, the Nardozis was their last name. They, like I said, they created this Purebred Deli, and there's a bunch of them now. And I'm hoping that I can get in there. Mike called me out of the blue because I had asked him right before I started working at the Blue Rocks, and I guess they didn't need anybody then. What's that? Did the country? No, it didn't totally fall through there, Doc. I mean, I'm still could go back up there. I just worked 2 days, and I had so much shit going on. I said, look, I can't. I have to start getting stuff out of my house. They had me on days, and I was working Frawley Stadium at night. And the days, here's the deal. I was making fast cash doing DoorDash during the days. So I kind of needed that money. And I just was honest and told them. And they said, well, take care of what you got to do now and give us a call. We'll hold a spot, which is pretty much unheard of. And it's a good thing, but I don't know what it is. I don't care for one situation over there right now is that they basically, their system is they have you basically here's how you punch in with your phone, okay? You know, your time clock, whatever. They have a couple different apps you have to download into your phone, and I personally don't like that because also they're taking information off of you and selling it on the side. That's a common practice with a lot of companies. Now you might say, well, it's nothing, it's this, that, and the other thing. It's not a big thing, not. But yeah, it kind of is. That was one thing that bothered me. The other thing is that with it, you also had, if you wanted time off, instead of just being able to go to the boss, you know, whoever the manager is, you had to basically find your replacement for that day of the week, whatever. Meaning you had to contact one of the other employees, see if you could switch up. And that to me is bullshit in a way. I mean, it's okay if you're willing to do that. Here's my problem with that. You're not getting paid to, plus they had you doing your taxes on the end of the year by your, you know, it's all there. You can put it together. No, I can't because I'm not an accountant and I don't want an extra job and not get paid for it. It's the same thing. Way back, they started getting rid of baggers at grocery stores, and basically, you're lucky enough to get the bag. You know, do work for them, free labor for them. I don't play that shit. That bothers me when a company does that kind of stuff. I get it. You're trying to save money and make money, but there's a lot of shit that just for some reason bothers me at the core. You know, because somebody else is out of a job because now you're doing their job. I don't know if I'm getting my point across or if you guys even agree with me, but it just kind of bothered me. Yeah. So anyway, I guess I'm boring the shit out of everybody's jumping off here. Is there anybody else on the thing here? No, there's still people on there. Okay. So basically, I don't know how the hell I started rambling about this. Yes, I could probably go back to the country club. And by the sounds of it, they still have me in the system. We have apps on here, or actually it's on the phone. This is my old phone, and you know, I can program whatever, do all that shit. Now, I don't really want to. I don't want that. You should have a schedule hanging on the wall. I'm old school. I don't want to mess around with AI, but that's just me. I'm old. Anyway, I wanted to pull this up and see. What I had found some videos. This is my old phone. Here I am right here at the Blue Rocks. Hopefully there's no obscenities in here that are going to get it flagged. I don't think so because I don't know. I think most of this stuff's probably published and on my Josie Wales channel.
Actually, into work.
See if you can.
Actually, early, and I'm looking at some of the other restaurants in the area.
I was walking down by the riverfront. I was walking down the street by the riverfront, and there's a lady, damn near topless, standing in front of. What the hell happened there? I must have. Wait a minute. It ended. Yeah, it was some crazy lady riding a bicycle, and I'm telling you, I couldn't tell. I didn't want to stare real quick. She looked like she was topless as I was walking into Timothy's restaurant. And hang on, let me see if there's any more. I had all kinds of videos here. Here's another one. I don't know what this is. This is me in the car. Go figure. Never see this, huh? I'm always in my freaking car.
How you doing?
I don't know if you guys can see that.
Just jumped on here because I saw something that's kind of disturbing.
It's hard to see the picture.
Because it's probably not. People probably don't even know this is happening right now. Over in Spain, in parts of Europe, France is one of the places.
This is a month
really
or two
going
back.
Nuts, riot. Muslims from North Africa and from the Middle East are literally just attacking everybody and anybody. They look like wild.
Hey, take it easy. Thank you for stopping by.
Running around screaming.
When you get a chance, you can come back and check me out.
Stabbing people with hypodermic needles. I think it was in France.
That was in France. There was something that was going on. Anyway, if you gotta go, you gotta go, bro. Thank you, and put a thumbs up on the way out. That's cool. And is there anybody still on here? I don't even know if I made everybody run away. Wait a minute. Mixed Media, hey, how you doing? Good seeing you. Yeah, guess what? I am out of my house. Well, not yet, not quite. I got to the 26th, and I decided I'm taking OJ with me. If I have to live in the car, here's what I'm going to do. Here's my game plan. Tell me if this makes sense. I'm going to find someone who can watch him during the days when I'm working, like a foster care type of thing. They basically pick them up in the evening when I get done work or whatever. And maybe 2 days a week, if I can afford it, go down Red Roof Inn, stay there. They allow pets. So until I can get something. Plus, I just got offered another job. Yeah. Now I'm taking OJ with me, and I'm hoping that's cool. Because I mean, this is all. I'm gonna let him out of the cage when, not when I'm driving. I've already had him out here. He's calmed down, and I bought him a harness so I can take him out and walk him. Take him to the park. The problem is them harnesses, if I remember correctly, they don't want to stay on cats too much. The cats are like Houdini. They can get the hell out of them in a heartbeat. Never even see it happening, So what I'm going to do is temporarily, maybe, I don't know, I'm still working on actually getting a place, but I don't know if they're going to allow cats. And I ain't going nowhere without OJ. He's with me, I'm going to figure it out one way or another. I had everything but the job that I just got. That's another reason why the country club wasn't working out too good. What's that? Yeah. Yep. Exactly, man. That's like your support system. You know what I'm saying? When shit is going down the drain, hey Amir, how you doing? When everything's going down the drain, that cat will never turn on you. You know what I mean? It's always there. Animals are loyal, And it's the way I'm looking at it, I'm not even too upset about, this shit happening. It's happening for a reason. Well, I didn't pay the rent fast enough. That's one reason. I can laugh about it, but I'm almost caught up. But they didn't want to re-up my, my lease is up anyway, so I'm out, and I'm good with that because it's too much money for what I was getting. What's it say? It was not easy. Always snuck them into hotels, traveling cross country, snuck them into apartments, even brief homelessness. Yeah, how will a cat do it? If I had a couple days where he's with me in a car, basically I'll be hanging with him when I can. But I also do DoorDash. I'll have him in his cat carrier in the back doing that. I don't know if you're allowed to even do that. I haven't figured it out, so I might have to drop him off to, Faithful Friends has somebody over there that may foster, The whole thing's kind of screwed up, but I'll just have to figure it out, that's all. It is what it is. So, anyway, man, it's humid as shit right now. It wasn't too bad earlier. It's supposed to rain, thunder and lightning, the whole 9 yards in a short while. Maybe an hour or two. Maybe it's 2 hours, I guess, about 10. The hell time is it? It's almost 9 right now. Yeah, about 10 o'clock, I think I saw. What's it say? No, but they're going to be 1,000 times better with you for knowing they can come back to you than being sold or given away. Yeah, no, I ain't playing that. I lost my other cats that way, not a long time ago, about 3-4 years ago. I had to surrender. Man, that was heartbreaking as shit. And I mean, it's like telling somebody, you got to give up your kid. And that's the way I feel. It's like OJ's like my son. Basically, he's part of the family type of thing. It's heartbreaking. And the only thing worse than that is when they pass away. It's brutal. And that's the next thing. I just lost a cat. What was it? Back around 4th of July. The other one died. That little cat was cute as hell. Probably seen her on my YouTube channel. Very photogenic, and I miss her. I'm thinking about her all the time. Man, great cat. Really, you come home, you sit down, she comes running over and jumps on you, and OJ's not as friendly like that, but she'd be like. I'd be like lying back in the recliner. She'd come up and she'd lie her head down on my chest and just chill out. And, I couldn't even get up from that. I miss her. Is that your kid, your best friend? Yeah, and your family. It's right. The cats you love are like all that rolled in together. You're right, exactly. They depend on you. And in the end, you depend on them sometimes too. And that's exactly what's going on here, But did I vote for Donald Trump? I don't even really want to talk about Donald Trump or voting. And besides, that's a long wow. So, but what if I did, Amir? Would it matter right now? Does any of it matter? I'm looking at all the politics and horse shit going on in the world, and I'm wondering, why do we spend so much effort worrying about that, and we don't worry about where we came from? And God, we probably should be paying more attention to Jesus and God, or whatever you know what I mean? And we're worried about mere human beings who are power hungry. So, what's that say? Yeah, you boiled it down right what I was trying to say. It's good versus evil anyway. I mean, it's separation of the sheeps and goats. You right now you're seeing which direction people are walking, where they're going, away from God or towards them. And the world's really messed up, in my opinion. No, I didn't, Amir. Did you vote, Amir? Do you vote? And if so, how many times have you voted? How old are you, Amir? I'll tell you what, I'll make you a mod if you can answer some of my questions. I think it's only fair. You're on here asking me questions, so how about that? Hey, whoa, there he is. How you doing, Eric? Long time no see. Good to see you, dude. What time's it over there? You're up late. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening over here. Yeah, it's been a long while. Are you getting any of my what do you call it, notifications? They're randomly sending them out. It's a little bit better than before. Hopefully one day to get it fixed. It's retarded. A lot of problems with YouTube right now. Personally, I think they're destroying their platform. There's too much censorship, and it's just ridiculous. It's always been too much censorship, but they're interfering with all kinds of things, and that's just my critique on them. I'm not trying to attack you, YouTube, so you don't have to retaliate. I'm just speaking, and maybe you can learn something about what we think and make yourself better, YouTube. So if you're willing to listen, I'm willing to talk. Here's something you might want to think about. It seems like there's a lot of interference going on, that bots will come in and they'll try to interrupt stuff and this, that, and the other thing, whether they're trying to or programmed to or whatever it is. I don't feel that that's fair, and they'll come on. I've literally had them tell me that I was going against the guidelines, but isn't it against the guidelines to sabotage someone's channel? Because in a sense, I've literally seen views disappear, and all kinds of neat stuff like that, which would piss a person off when they're putting effort in trying to make a better channel for the people that do watch. I don't know. I don't want to even ramble on about this, but what's this? About 3. That's 3 o'clock over there, Eric. That's yeah, it's pretty late, I guess. Over on the other channel, Eric, we got Amir, but it's not the Amir you know. It's a bot. They're making bots named after some of my mods, but he's asking to be a mod, and I'm not trying to be rude to them, because actually, do you know that it's according to their guidelines now, you can't be mean to a bot, or you can't, not even mean. You got to watch, and that's kind of ridiculous. Okay, it's like talking to I don't know. Can't even think of a TV set or I don't know, an inanimate object that you're not allowed to, don't say anything bad about that iron over there or that, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. About what about Amir being over there? You can go over there and hassle him a little bit if you want. He's been off and on here. I haven't seen him recently. He came back for a little bit, and and all bullshit aside and everything, all jokes aside, I was kind of concerned because he's over in, right where a lot of the fighting's happening over there. He said it's not that close, but it's in his country, and you don't want to hear, they're dropping bombs on your mods over there. That's the thing. I have mods from all over the world, or some. And wait a minute, what's this? Background installation paused. The hell is that? That's no Wi-Fi, maybe. Anyway, what's this say? I was trying to look up your other channel to see what channel are you on. Oh, you're on the Legends. That's Preacher Pale Rider. I actually have other channels I barely use. There's one, Revenge of Josie Wales, and the other one was Preacher Pale Rider, and there's another one just escaping my mind right now. Wait a minute, can't think of it. Well, wait a minute. Let's see who's chatting, and I cannot figure it out. Thought it was called, Preacher Pale Rider. Exactly. Yeah, it's because they hide the damn thing. It's suppressing it. And that pisses me off. That's exactly what I was just talking about. If you look back a couple minutes in this live stream, I was just saying, that's not cool. If they're looking to better themselves, YouTube, then they need to stop sabotaging shit and hiding shit. And it's ridiculous. We're just people talking here, and they're acting like we're, giving away government secrets or something. It's like, just let us talk and do our thing. Keeps that platform healthy. When everybody starts bailing and going to Rumble, that's not helping them. I don't understand why. And I'm just being straight up. I'm not trying to get pissed off about it. I just hope somebody hears that and understands. It can't be any good for you. Are you trying to sabotage your own platform? Because it's almost happening that way. And what's this? Are you comfortable with your new job? Yeah, it depends on what job you're talking about, because I'm still working at the baseball stadium, and I'm getting done in a week or so. Is the end of the season. And then I got another guy called me or texted me. I applied for work with him. I knew him from him and his brother used to work at a restaurant that I worked at. And that's about 30 years ago, almost 25 years ago. And I ran into him. I went into his restaurant. I had been looking for work, but then right at that same time, the Blue Rocks hired me, and I didn't hear anything more from him. And he texted me out of the blue, said all his employees are leaving to go back to college and this and that, and wanted to know if I was still looking. So, excuse me, got heartburn. I'll probably check him out because he's local, and they got at least 5 places right now, maybe more. They're trying. I think they might even be franchised. It's a place called Pure Bread Deli. I don't know if it's just in Delaware or if they spread out yet. He might be in Jersey and Pennsylvania too. I'm not sure. Let's see. What else we got here? Nope, cannot find it. Even in my subs. That's crazy as hell. But I also haven't been using it that much. Like, just for live streams. I did a couple videos, like shorts on it. That, you know what? I can send you, watch this. I'll send you a link. I think I can, wait a minute. Hang on for 1 minute. Let me see if I can send you a link. I don't know. Tammy said she's gonna probably hop on. It worked. There you go. Tammy's probably gonna come on. One of her cats is having kittens as we speak, and she's kind of playing nursemaid, I guess. So that's cool. You got on. Yep. So how you been, Eric? Been a little while. What's this? What is the crown thing? Wait a minute. The crown thing. I'm not sure. Crown. As in, like, king crown, like. Yes, exactly, Doc. What is it? Two crown thing? I don't know. Hang on. I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm not sure what you meant, dude. Trying to figure it out. What's that? Let's see. So you got it, right? Mixed Media, you managed to get over. That's cool. Finally, you know, half the time I try to do that, and it seems like, you know what? Maybe YouTube's listening, because I was just trying to give them some constructive criticism, not jumping their shit, just saying, hey, how about stop playing games or whatever the hell's going on? Maybe there's a malfunction, you know, just fix it. Yeah. Thank you, Mixed Media. It's always good when you're on here because you're very intelligent and you add a lot to the conversation. No, what's going on with that Roblox thing? I'm not really sure. Was this the state of Russia has a double-headed eagle with two? Actually, that's a Masonic thing, I think, too. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not sure, but I thought I heard that had tied into Masonic order. The two heads are looking two different directions. One's looking one way and the other. And I don't know whether this has anything to do with it, but during the Civil War, the buttons on the uniforms, the eagles that were on the Union side, I think Confederates probably similar. There was a lot of Masonic stuff going on in symbolism and stuff, but the beak of the eagle during wartime would point to the right. It would have in its claw arrows, and that meant wartime. And that might be right on wrong on which direction. And then on the other hand, if the eagle's pointing, its head's pointing to the olive branch hand that he had, time of peace. And that's how esoteric, or how down to they were big into the symbol of, hey, there she is. What's up, Tammy? How you doing? How's the kittens coming along, Eric? Wait a minute, let's see. Roblox is terrible. Wait a minute. So the platform is the gaming platform for children, and they were already filled with pedophiles, but now the company itself is going, and people are trying to go after peds. Yeah, well, you know what? Get them. Hunt them down. And this is what bothers me, because they're worried right now, you know, about the age limit on how old you are online there. But meanwhile, they don't seem to give a shit about all those kids that ended up on Jeffrey's Island, you know. And a lot of shit happened to them, and if they're alive, there's a lot of trauma and post-traumatic stress. It's not getting taken care of. So they're talking out of both sides of their mouth, you know. say what you mean and mean what you say. Go after the criminals or not, you know. But I say go after them and full time, not half-assed, you know. What's this say? Just look into it. It's bad, but worse lately because they're literally having games where adults can interact with children. That's fucked up, you know. That's fucked up. What's this say? 5 babies. Oh, that's cool. Tammy's on the other live stream. She just her cat just had 5 kittens. Man. Now, why are they allowed to do that? And yet, I heard that there was a new rule. I'm not sure if it's just YouTube, where you have to. Algorithm's going to try to find out how old you are. I don't know how or why, but evidently to keep kids off of certain platforms, which every single time I put up a video, I always say not for kids, even if it could be. You know, I don't want any problem with that. There, if I ever say something that isn't right, like start cursing or anything, they can take your channel down. What's it say? You think it's Amir who's making these bots? Maybe. Why is he not coming on to? I don't know. I mean, why would YouTube do that? It seems really weird, but maybe it is Amir. Maybe he's sending bots in instead of coming on himself. I don't know. I don't know, dude. But I know over in Europe now, in England, they're really going off. You say something wrong on the over in England, the UK, cuss about the Crown or you know, your higher ups, your, I guess, politicians. They're coming after you. They're going to come kick your door in over a video, or it just seems kind of nuts. That's your freedom of speech is gone if you ever had any. Some freaking kid at my little sister's birthday party invited a user from, their friend and gave their address. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. What's this say? You know what, Doc? I don't know whether that is Amir. I don't, maybe. Or maybe it's somebody that's seen him come on here and they're hoping if they pretend to be him that we're going to talk back and forth with him. But even when you do, it just keeps saying, did you vote for Donald Trump? And did you vote? And all this other stuff. First off, it's politics that is not even relevant now. I mean, it is and it isn't. Election's been over for 7 months. Yeah, and people don't necessarily want to sit there and share all that information anyway, especially now because the line is divided right down the middle of the country. You got people that are ready to start a civil war because they didn't win this time out. Well, go figure. If you're not allowed to cheat, I guess it's harder to win, huh? Yeah, they got caught. What's this? Yeah, I don't think it's Amir either. I think it's weird though that they used his name. So did they pick it up from watching my my channel and saw Amir on here? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So Tammy, you had 5 kittens, huh? They all looking healthy. You said earlier that one was one of its legs was bald. Did you ever hear of that? Mixed media. She said earlier when I was talking to her, one of the kittens came out with a bald leg, one of its legs for some weird reason. Well, let's hope they're okay. Wow, did you guys see that? It looks like lightning big time over here. It's getting ready to thunder and lightning. See if I can point it over there for a moment, see if you see some of the lightning, and I'll let you guys see it. Put it right over here, just for a minute, because I just saw like 3 big bolts of lightning flash over there. Now it's going to make a liar out of me and not do it again. Yeah, screw it. Turn that back around. And, the other day, there's a tree right out in front of me. The other day I was in here doing a live stream, and I don't know whether it was a fox or a coyote. I think it was a fox, a real large fox. I mean, occasionally you hear about coyotes in Delaware. Not a whole lot of them, but this looked a little bit bigger than maybe just a large fox. And it ran right in front of me, like, and went behind a tree and ran into the dark area over there in front of my house. Freaked me out, because I had to walk over there later on. What's this? Can't see anyone in the chat except me. How's that even? You? Oh, Tammy's over on the other channel. Tammy's back on. Hey, Tammy, jump over to the other channel if you're still there. Yeah, Tammy's over on the other channel. That's one thing doing a double check. There she is. You see that? Mixed media. See if she sees you now. Cool, you guys. All right, there you go. What's it say? I was there. You were saying that. What are you talking about there, Doc? I'm running back and forth here, and I'm not sure. Oh, I see. You jumped channel to channel. Okay, yeah. Thank you. And by the way, I see you guys got thumbs up over there. Look at that. And okay, yeah, there is thumbs up. There's nobody over there. Sometimes the statistics ain't reading right over on the Josie Wales channel. But it says I have 8 thumbs up, so I'll take that. Wait a minute, let's see. So did the country club gig break out? I could still go back there, Doc. I told him I needed a little time off because all the shit that was going down. That literally was looking for a place to live, had to go to court for eviction, which doesn't make any sense. I owe him a month's rent. I'm backed up, but I'm already making payments on it, and my time's up at the end of August anyway, and they dragged me into court again. I guess they think I'm going to run off and not pay them their, a month and a half, and they can take it out of the frickin' security deposit. Whatever. I ain't even sweating it. What's that say? Technicality. Yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of relieved. Believe it or not, I'm staring at homelessness pretty shortly, it looks like. And I don't even give a shit. That's the bizarre thing. I mean, I give a shit, but I'm not sweating it. And I should be, because Uncle Donald over there in Washington, D.C. is calling you a fucking outlaw and a drug addict and whatever else if you don't have a home. Well, how about this, Donnie boy? How about maybe if people weren't so fucking greedy and lifting the rent, people, and let's just say, for instance, for shits and giggles purpose, that, people were actually getting hired and the fucking robots are coming in, getting ready to take our jobs. Getting it? They're winding it down for us. They're gonna eventually put us on what's called can't think of the name, universal pay, and that's basically, you're just a useless feeder time, and right after that, when the money runs out, you can go over here in a camp, stay there, see if you ever come out. That's what I really believe is happening. It's called World War II. Hitler did something very similar, but they didn't, I mean, different, but the same in a lot of ways, in my opinion. What's it say? Are you leaving, Eric? Good seeing you. Stop by every now and again. The cat's coming with me, Doc. I decided I've been feeling like shit the last few days, and finally I just said, you know what? I'm gonna make it work somehow. I can take him out. I got him a leash. I'm gonna try to and a harness. You take him out in the park, let him walk around with me, and guess we're in here for the time being. But the good thing is, save up a little money. There's a hotel I can take, and we can hang out there maybe twice a week, and maybe one of my sisters might be able to, stop by there for a little bit here and there, and the rest is me basically. I don't know yet. I think. Well, actually, no. Wait. There is one other option. There's another place that I've literally did paperwork to try to get into, and that's another thing with the country club. In the beginning, I asked them, "Can you write me a note? You just hired me. Write me a note so I can hand it to them, and they'll let me to fucking go in there." And they didn't. They said they couldn't. They got to wait till the human resource guy. And meanwhile, the clock's ticking, and that kind of turned my stomach on working there too. I didn't even mention that. I mean, it would just been like, hey, yeah, he's gonna work here, and I already had, and I did. I worked 2 shifts, and I told him, look, I got to pull out because I got to make money right now to pay my way out of this by DoorDash and quick money. And what's this? A lot of people talking here. Let me get caught up on reading this. Let me see. My previous experience, a neighbor got a little too friendly with my cat, and it almost killed me because of infections. And they would treat me at the hospital because I didn't wear a mask. Oh, with the COVID shit, yeah. What's this? Just don't let anyone else ever. He's learning his leash. I haven't even yet. I got him a harness. I still got to get a leash. I mean, I just got it yesterday, and I'm thinking, man, I just don't want to give up my cat. I'm going to train him. So, and if I'm in the park or something, I might let him out of the car if I'm standing there, but I'd rather have a harness and leash. I don't think he would run and take off. You know what? Wait a minute. Hang on 1 second. My battery's probably pretty damn low. Yep. Let me charge this one. Good thing I remembered that. Yeah, I don't think he would run, but if a dog happens to wander in, he might take off up a tree or somewhere. Wait a minute. Let me put this down here for a minute. That's a shitty angle, but now that I got the wire and it doesn't, I had to hold it, so I'll put it down there. What's this? What? And bit infection from cat bites is so bad it can be fatal. Cat freaked out. You ought to go see what happened to my hand. My cat had a seizure. Tore me up. And matter of fact, I think I might have in my. I wonder if I can bring that up. I showed Tammy. My hand was ripped up. She had it. She was sitting on the sink and had a seizure. This is about maybe a month before she passed. What's this? Bite infections are terrible. Treated with peroxide saline. Rinse raw honey, antibiotics off Amazon made it. Was it Ellison garlic? Yep. Oil silver. Still very painful. Who, me? With the cat? Once? No, 2 different cats. But that, you got a good memory. The other one was years ago with my cat, and that I learned that you never, if you see a cat having a, wait a minute. Alright. Didn't know if that was still on there. If you see a cat having a seizure, don't fucking try to grab it to keep it from. It was my cat's scalp was on it was on a coffee table, right? And he started rolling around, and eyes rolling, and I went to grab him. Man, he clamped onto me, and bit the shit out of my hand. And I just saw more lightning. We're about to have a storm, and clawed and shit. And I sit there and unlock his. It was like a pit bull. He bit in there. Had it like I was patting him like, let go, Scout, come on, talk real gentle. And finally, he started coming back around. He had major seizure, and he died about 6 months later from that. But I thought I knew better. And my other cat, I'm sitting talking on the phone, and I look over, and it falls off the frickin'. It was on the sink in my bathroom. Now, luckily, I had the door open. I saw it happening. I'm sitting there. I haul ass because she literally fell, hit the toilet seat, and fell into the damn toilet. I went to grab her, pull her out. Same damn thing. But I wasn't going to let her sit there and struggle to get out of the toilet. Really not a good thing. I hear dogs have a lot of seizures too. I wouldn't want to even go near a dog with a seizure because I know how bad a cat can be. What's this? Yes, it did happen twice, Doc. And it wasn't, it's scary when they're like that. Yes, exactly. I'm trying to, I think I actually got a picture of my hand. I sent it over. I was like, hey, I was talking to Tammy, I think, when that happened. I said, Tammy, check this out. And my whole hand's got like bite marks and shit, and it fucked me up. What's this? Yeah, I learned a valuable lesson. Next time I'm running the other direction if I see him bouncing around and shit. But I had to do that because she literally fell off the sink, landed on like the toilet seat, and fell into the toilet. And I didn't want her like drowned in there. It's crazy. I ran in there, grabbed her up, like by her neck, just lifted her out of the thing, and she went nuts. I had to get her out of there. What's that? My best friend in high school. What's that? Had an environmental seizure. What is that? That just like some kind of seizure? Let me see what we got here. Okay, you know what? This one's just about nobody looks like they're on this channel. I'm going to put this off and bring it back up later when it's charged. Let me see. Hang on 1 minute. I'll just end this live stream. And just go with the one here. It's got plenty of battery. It only had 39 views. I don't know if you can see the statistics on that so far, but it'll have more later when people come and watch it. 9 likes. Alright, so that's done. Let it process and let this thing, that way I don't have to mess with it. Yeah, what's environmental was something, what if the weather changed on him, it could bring them out. Wow, I guess it got frightened. My dog used to do that, like thunderstorms. It would freak out. And one time, we had the screen window open. My mom had the window open so, the cool air could blow in from the thunderstorm. He jumped. He was out on the porch, ran around the side, jumped. There was like a railing. He jumped up and over the railing and went right through the screen window to get into the house. He was so freaked out. Yeah, weather can freak him out. And that's one concern I have is taking the cat with me in the car. Well, a little while back, I actually had him in here in the cage. He was crying a little bit. I let him out. I was sitting in here talking, and he calmed down. He actually kind of liked it after a little bit. What's that about? What's that? If the weather change? Yeah, I never heard of that one. What's weird? What Doc said, or what I was just saying about my dog? Literally jumped off the porch, or off. We had like a balcony porch. jumped in through the window. It was just a screen. Somehow knocked the screen the hell out of it. He was we call it a golden retriever and part collie mix. That dog was pretty cool though. But if you were walking through the woods, he had collie in him, and collies like to round up sheep. Like it's a sheep herding dog. They'll cut off, like if there's a bunch of sheep going a certain way, they'll keep them. They'll run in front of them and try to make them go another direction. They literally herd them, and they'll do. Collies will probably do that. I know my dog had collie and golden retriever, and we used to walk in the woods, be walking down a trail, and he'd come flying and cut you off, and you'd knock you the hell over and shit. I'd literally flip over him and shit. He loved doing that. I don't know why. It used to piss me off because sometimes it hurt, you know. But they're trained to do that, to herd. They're sheep herding dogs, I think. Get used to whatever. I talk to him like he knows English. Oh, I do, and amazingly enough, it's almost like they really understand you. And after a while, they know certain words, and you know, from using it, like, "Are you hungry?" Oh, say that, and I can tell. He'll start meowing or something. I say that or whatever. Animals are far smarter than we give them credit for. Yep. I do. I'm talking more and more, and he's responding very well to it. Like, I'm trying to get him. See, the thing is, he kind of got sort of ignored. Not ignored, but the other cat got all the attention. And I think he didn't know how to handle it. Might have been a little bit jealous. He got along with the other one, but now I'm like smothering him and attention, and he doesn't know how to handle it. Too. I mean, he likes it, but I mean, I'm talking to him continuously. Let's just say, my ex-girlfriend had part pit bull, part Shih Tzu. It was a bullshit. Yeah, there you go, Doc. A bullshit. Yeah, yep, bullshit. That's pretty good. So how the kittens come? Is it done? Is it 5 the number of kittens, or is she still in labor, Tammy? Yeah, that's true. But again, I had so much stress in my life the last 2 years too, and now it's finally like I don't even give a shit. I was almost like, let's get this over with. I wanted to get the hell out of here. You know, I owed them a ton of money there for all that time. Struggled to pay it. I didn't. What? It was a while when I was working. You know, damn, I smell something burning. It smells like plastic or something, or burnt. I don't smell it anymore. Hopefully none of the houses are on fire. Maybe mine's burning down over there. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Damn, that's actually getting hot. I don't know, I swear I smelled something burning there. What's that for an hour? Huh. Yeah, I felt bad sometimes because OJ was always not an outsider, but actually, yeah, he was, because he was with my other cats. Literally, what happened was almost, I guess, 4 years ago, just about 4 years ago, before I moved in here. I was with my brother, and he flipped out. He's not well, to say the least. And I was helping him as much as I could, but then he had lymphoma and mental illness. So I had my hands filled with that, dealing with that, running him to get meds for one thing and the other. And what's his umbilical cord? Oh yeah, the cat's still hooked up. That's pretty good there, Mixed. Were you thinking? And that's why I smelled the smoke I got. Yeah, so, that was tough as shit. And then he freaked out one day and literally started attacking me and punching me and shit. And you don't want to be around when someone's going bananas and doing that. So I got outside and hopped in my car and had to call the cops. And cops came over, and as soon as you walked in my door to my apartment, we had like a slumlord guy that never spent 10 cents on the place. He was actually, though, he was decent to us, and early on, one time we got, during the Christmas, he had a Christmas party for all his people that lived in the apartments. We got a whole month off paying rent, just because we were always paying on early and whatnot. We won some kind of, actually it was a drawing or something, but he said, he gave us plaques, that's what it was. I'm sorry, this is 4 years ago. Anyway, he gave us plaques, and we didn't have to pay for 1 month rent free. The guy was a detective from Newcastle County, but he's retired. And a lot of these cops down here that are retired, that's their retirement plan, is they buy up all the houses cheap that are on the, I guess, drug sweeps that they, took over, whatever you call them, they're on auction for next to nothing. These guys got the first dibs on it. They go in, they know what to bid on and how, Anyway, he had like almost 200 properties, so he was doing pretty good. Now, whether he got them all like that, I don't know, but after a while, he just never fucking took any care of, like, if you had a problem, he'd be sure to ignore it for you. He wasn't knocking on your door to go fix it, like we had a hole in the roof, like leaking and shit. Anyway, the cops came in after my brother attacked me. They came in and they saw right in the hallway a crack going from the ceiling, just a thin crack. The guy happened to be talking to my brother. Another cop looks over and sees this. And he's looking at it, and it goes all the way down to the floor. And he says something like, "How, is that going all the way upstairs?" Yeah, that's a crack in the wall. Yeah, and the next day they had license and inspection come in. Boom! They said, "You guys can't stay here until you got your landlord gets that fixed." Tagged the door. That was it. I was gone. I got attacked by my brother, and then that on top of it. I was like, nah, fuck this. So I was out of there. I came over here about 8 months later. Gotten here, been here for 3 years. And I lost my job maybe a year ago. I guess it's been about a year. And then I had a car accident. Then I fell and smashed my head open. By the way, see if you can still see this. Hang on 1 minute. Let's see. I just noticed the divot in my head still from that. Wait a minute. I don't know if you guys can see it. There it is. I don't know. See that? That was that. I used to wear a Harley pin in this hat. Actually, it was a skull on that. And it literally almost cracked my skull. And split open here, it was bleeding. That wasn't from the accident. I had whiplash from the accident like a week or two before. And hang on, let me get this off here. And so I had that, and then the accident at work. Literally, some asshole. I'm carrying a bucket of water to clean out the fryolator, and right next to the fryolator, because we had drained out the oil, I took it outside. I'm coming back, I got the bucket in front of me holding it, and this dude pulls the grate off the floor right in front of it. I didn't realize that's where they were dumping the water down there. I took it outside to the oil bucket. You don't want to fucking dump anything with any kind of grease into the thing because it'll coagulate if it gets cold down the pipes, and then you got a fucking problem. So I never thought that was for that. He took it the hell off, and my foot went in there. I wasn't looking down, I was looking forward because the bucket's here. Boom, I fell and smashed my head on a nozzle. So like within 2 weeks, I think I probably got traumatic brain injury almost, or something going on, because my memory is for shit right now. Flesh, exactly, Doc. That's exactly my mentality, and probably why I'm suffering memory loss now. Because of my fuck it, I'm going back to work. Put a piece of duct tape on that bitch, you know, and I'll never do that again. Code enforcement, that's right. Let's see, wait a minute. Yes, that's right. It was kind of a prick. There was no need to, do that. I was already dealing with taking my brother for 2 kinds of treatment, and he was fucking almost impossible to deal with. The cops only made it worse in that incident. And then, he would call up one time. This is fucking crazy as shit. One time, it was 4th of July, actually, several years ago. Wait a minute. And, yeah, thank God I'm still with you. I'd rather be gone, though, because it's getting way rough down here. Hopefully we're all out of here soon. Damn, dude, you're lucky, but I'm praying for your head. Yeah, I've noticed it getting a little bit better, though. My memory is still shitty, but I'm a little bit better. I was depressed and everything else. These are signs sometimes of traumatic brain injury. I've been looking into it since you guys were saying about that shit. I just try to tough it out. Like, fuck it. I'm tougher than that. But you know what? Yeah, it's not worth doing that. Learn that the hard way, I think. But, anyway, I forgot my point, what I was getting at. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. 4th of July, several years ago, actually, when I lived back there. People were lighting off fireworks all over the place, and I had to get up bright and early and go into the golf course. I was opening like 6:30, so I just wanted to get some sleep. And it was hard because for like a week my brother's been flipping out, So I finally crash out, and all of a sudden I'm lying down. I happen to hear my name called. I'm like, what the hell's that? Come out of sleep, and I'm looking over at the door. It's coming from down the stairs, and I don't recognize the voice, but they're calling my name. All of a sudden, I see light beams coming through the crack in the door up the top. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I get up. I'm like in my underwear. I'm going over the door. It's a fucking cops. Guns drawn, flashlight in hand. And that's my brother said someone was in the house that wasn't on the lease. So you see what I was dealing with is somebody that's mentally ill. 1 minute might, be cool with you. The next minute, crazier than a shithouse rat. Wait a minute. You still have work to do here on Earth. Maybe mixed media. Anyway, who's that dead child? What's up? How you doing? Oh, there you go. Sea otter. Now you're making it hard for me. My memory's for shit, dude. You changed your name again. Thanks for coming back, dude. It was. And so, like I'm saying, there was like 4 cops, maybe 5. I'm in my underwear. I open the door, like, what's going on? They're hollering up to me, and it said, get dressed, come on down. Meanwhile, they got flashlight, because there was three doors. That could have been behind any one. My brother told me, there's somebody in the house. It's not supposed to be here. Losing his marbles outside. I didn't know what was going on. I had just fell asleep. And so he did that, and he's down outside talking to another cop. And they got the guns aimed with the flashlights, and 3 or 4 of them. And they're looking back and forth between the doors because they didn't know exactly who else was in there or nothing, and so they're going back and forth like this. So I said, give me a minute, let me get change and I'll come down. And I'm talking to him, and all of a sudden I got to talk my way out of, not out, but like prove that I lived there. I'm half asleep, and I'm like, this is fucking nuts, And it was hell on earth having to deal with that for a long time. I've been trying to help my brother out. I've been putting up with, you couldn't believe the shit. Not to whine or pats on the back, but I went through the meat grinder, basically. the mental meat grinder, because it was fucking me up having to deal with it, and trying to hold your cool and go into work and deal with all that shit at home, and he's calling you at work having a meltdown, and so it was hell on earth. What's that? DC, holy crap. Oh, about me or DC as in Washington, DC? Or am I not? Yeah, yeah, dude, it's crazy. Was something going on in Washington right now, Doc, or was... Hang on, because I'm telling you what, that kind of shit right now is kind of pissing me off down there, because, I mean, yeah, get some help for these people if they're on the street, but don't take their freedom. What's Elizabeth? Hey, how you doing, Elizabeth? Yes, I do. Yeah, you were on a couple months ago. How you doing? Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about there. Anyway, Washington, D.C., that's martial law. They got razor wire in the streets and shit. That's cool. I'm glad you're doing good. Thanks for stopping by. So, to get back to my story with my younger brother, he's basically baked. I saw him. He's in the hospital. Went down and saw him, and it's a shame. I don't know if he's ever coming out of that, and it bothers me because he's my little brother. But actually, my little bigger brother. What's this? I had an abusive girlfriend who scratched me up before a shift. That must have been fun talking about that. Yeah. Yeah, but Doc, I went through some shit, and I look back, it's a miracle that I'm still got my head halfway screwed on right, because it's been hell. What's this? What, you sub to me or to someone else in there? Why'd you pick Dead Child, dude? It's a kind of a creepy name. No, I'm looking at the his new name is Dead Child. Oh, yeah, okay, that's cool. Anyway, forgot what the hell I was talking about. Otter said she likes... Oh, okay, I got you. There you go. I don't know, I'm like telling my whole life story and all this fucking trauma I've been through the last 5 years. At least I can laugh about it. Yeah, but it's not really funny. I guess that's a way to cope, you know? So, what's this? It's right on, Tammy, yep. You just gotta keep rolling with the punches and get up swinging, that's all. Every time they knock you down, you gotta come up faster than the last time, throwing fists. That's the way I'm looking at life right now. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's miraculous that I'm not sitting in the corner, you know, losing my shit, you know, tearing my hair out. Exactly, dude. You know, it's a survival mechanism. You know, when shit gets too rough, laughter is sometimes the only thing that pulls you out of the tailspin. You're heading for the fucking ground at 1,000 miles an hour. Your whole world's turned to shit, but you chuckle all of a sudden. It keeps you from fucking going bonkers, dude. So that's a good thing. Let me see if I got battery on this thing. 22%. Trying to charge it. Look, it's happening in DC. Something's going on.
If you want to make two edits like these but don't have any editing skills, then you need to download Filmora.
Let me see. Give me 1 second. I just want to see. Something's going on. Yeah, it's probably just a protest. I can't stay long on there. I have to turn it off because, or turn the sound down for right now. I'll tell you what's going on because they might get you for a copyright strike. It's only a couple seconds. I think the Fair Use Act, you're allowed to show a couple seconds. What's that say? Where am I? That's a good question. I don't know. No, I'm actually in a car in the middle of Wilmington, Delaware, where I live on the East Coast. Where are you at, Elizabeth? Who went? I forgot about that. Yeah, he was also in the car accident, Doc. Except for he didn't feel anything. You know, he was it was a compact car. You know, he was in a box, so it was even more compact for him. His ashes were in there. Wait a minute. Yeah, Doc was making a reference that basically I lost my uncle in the accident. Yeah, his ashes were in the trunk, and I forgot to retrieve them. So he's in the junkyard, maybe. I don't know. He could be anywhere right now. He's like dust in the wind, like the Kansas song, blowing away. Yeah. Yeah, it was really weird. I forgot his ashes were in the trunk of the car. So, am I going to hell for that? I guess not. Yeah. Again, he didn't feel nothing, so it is what it is. Yeah, it's better, again, better to laugh, even if it's morbid. It's better to laugh than just let the shit fucking take you down. Because at that point in time, all kinds of shit was happening. One right after the other, after the other. And everybody on here who's heard my stories know that. Yes, yeah, I did have a head injury. Yep. It got even uglier than I was. Yeah, I put a scar on there. You got cast off my leg for 2 months. Yay. Would you break your leg in that accident and been casted up that long? Hang on 1 second. Let me see something. Yeah, you know what? I'm sitting here talking about all this stuff. At any moment, all this shit could be over in a flash. You could have a fucking nuclear war with all the shit going on in the world. And I don't think anybody, I don't know, they don't give a shit. It's just you can't even focus on that shit. Because, like, I'm a living example. There's so much shit happening to people on an individual level. I can't even fucking think about nuclear war right now because I've already been through one. Spiritual nuclear war. Thanks, Mixed Media. Yeah, but I got a nice little fucking divot in my head. Looked like, I don't know what, a crater in the moon, man, from that. Back on the day was that. Yep. Had a dog. He was a good hunting dog. Something tells me you're setting this up for a good joke here. Your grandfather had a dog. He was a good hunting dog. Okay, where's the punchline? Was he a Shih Tzu or a bullshit? Is that what the joke punchline was? He loaned out this dog to his boss. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a good joke. He's dragging it out a little bit. All right. So he loaned his dog out to his boss. What happened? You just need to focus on greater things, truth and knowledge. Yeah, that's true. There's too much shit, going on in your own life to sit there and sweat all the small shit. Even nuclear war is small shit in the grand scheme of things, because God's got plans that, takes care of everything. We haven't seen nothing yet. He's sitting back waiting for a certain time, and if you're doing the right things, he's going to take care of you. That's my belief. to say, well, he brought it home back to him deceased. Oh shit. It's all gone, right? That's my own little punchline to that. Is that the next line you were going to say? So how did they get killed? Are you trying to build suspense, or is there a delay in our live stream, our what do you call it, texting? Because sometimes YouTube will do that, throw your rhythm off by trying to read the damn thing that freezes. Man, I can't believe how muggy it is out here, man. I feel like you could take a squeegee and just squeegee water off me. It's so humid. My 6-year-old granddaughter played in the mud and made clay yesterday. She slept well. Yeah, you were saying that. Yep. Yeah, that's just showing you that kids don't need a computer or all this video games and futuristic shit. They can give them a stick and let them go dig in the lawn or something, or climb a tree, or do something like we used to do when we were kids, and still have plenty of fun, and maybe not be brainwashed by whatever technology they're putting in. By the way, I'm glad I'm saying that. Did you guys see that thing they got now? There's 2 things out. One of them's this panda toy. It hugs you and stuff, and it looks like it's like alive and shit. I can't remember what the name of them are. They're saying it's, good. They're trying to take and get you to get rid of your pet and have a teddy bear that moves around and hugs you and shit. And it's probably chock full of demons. It's probably going to go bananas on you one day and choke the shit out of you. Is it blue? What's that? The bear. Wait a minute. Wait a second. See, the first he was no problem. He jumped out of the truck and pointed at the brush and let him know there were 2 birds in the bush. There you go. All right. Tammy, that's so awesome. Yep, exactly. Favorite used to be hand me a shovel and just have me go to town. Yard taking is the color blue. I have seen that ad. I think it's incredibly toxic. What are you guys talking about? What I was talking about is like a panda. If that's what you're talking about. Yeah. And there's some other kind of name of a Furby or some shit that people are buying by the hundreds and thousands. And also, little kids are having bad experiences with Alexas all of a sudden. I saw a video, these kids are freaking out, they're scared of it. It's like in the middle of the night, how it was malfunctioning. Alexa would be saying something creepy. What are you talking about there, dead child? Yeah, it's like, there's some kind of, what was that? Some kind of, I guess it's like, I don't know if you remember, there was a Teddy Ruxpin. It was this toy teddy bear would talk. Hi, I'm Teddy Ruxpin. it's like that, but it's like a panda. And I'm just thinking, what were those, I can't even think of the name of them. Or they had Cabbage Patch Kids, but this thing looked kind of like it could come to life and choke the shit out of you. It was what's this? Then the last time, your dog jumped out. Wait a minute, something's wrong. Out of the truck and grabbed it. Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's a commercial I just saw recently. I don't like any of this electronic technology that they're, Chat GPT and all this stuff. And to me, you could be tapping in, it's like a fucking electronic Ouija board, in my opinion. Now, it's kind of creepy, all the stuff that, they're trying to replace your normal pet with the fucking robotic teddy bear. And that's the next thing. They're going to have robots that are going to be for everybody to have, and androids or whatever the hell you want to call it. Even our phones are called androids. And they're basically wanting to turn us into by putting chips and shit in us. The world's going fucking nuts, man. What's this? Yeah, it's probably expensive as shit. So he didn't lose his mind. He was trying to tell you what there, then that you could shake a stick at. There's more there than you could. Alright. Yeah, it's a long distance for that one, but that's a good joke. Yeah, well, that's exactly the thing. All this stuff was substitutes for, all the latchkey kids that didn't have, their parents had to work 3 jobs or whatever, to try to support them. So they're putting other shit in the household that it could easily, mess people up. The brainwash shit. Alexa's saying all kinds of weird shit a little while back. That Alexa talks to you and answers questions. I'm just a little leery about all the shit that's coming now. Let's see. 500 for a game. Yeah, how can a little kid afford to get that? He's going to pressurize his parents to get him a $500 video game console, right? So they do that, and then there's not enough money to buy food for the rest of it. First off, it's gotten cheaper and cheaper for them to make the video games anyway. Microchips and all that shit. They're getting far advanced in all that shit. They don't have to charge an arm and a leg, but they do. It's whatever the market will bear, and they'll just keep lifting it and lifting it. It's ridiculous. Too much money. Was $79.99. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, they actually, I think I just saw they're releasing a new version of the old Atari. I forget, like 50th anniversary or something. It's hard to believe that's been around for 50 years. Yeah, virtual reality. That's the problem. People are already living in virtual reality. It's called drug addiction. They're not really dealing with shit in front of them, and they don't want to keep turning their brain off. And that's why they get further down a hole, trying to run from shit. Sooner or later in life, you got to stand your ground, dig your heels in, and just fucking fight whatever comes at you, you know? You know what I'm saying? Man. But again, I think it's all an agenda anyway. They're trying to get you to substitute, humans for androids and break up the family unit. And they want you to be a child of the state, communism. You don't need anything but what they tell you need. So out goes your parents, and that's already happening. They're going behind the parents' back. The kids are at school, and they're taking them to go see the drag queen storybook hour without the parents knowing about it, and all kind of other shit. Society is going off the rails. What's this say up here? I couldn't see it. Something went across the screen. Yeah, exactly. Eating Doritos. Yeah, yeah. Exactly, dude. Yeah, they call them the boy wonder because nowadays they wonder if they're a boy or a girl. Their gender's so bent, they don't know what the fuck, Something's wrong. They can't, here's a little hint. Drop your pants if you have a dick down there, pretty much you're a dude, People don't even know what gender they are and shit. And it's not even funny. It's actually sad because they're making shit up and it's okay and don't teach them right from wrong and everything's so fucked up you can't even believe it. It's fucking bizarre. And I'm not making fun of anybody or whatever. I'm just saying, what the fuck happened and when did it happen? Was I out to lunch or I didn't get the memo that they were going to make all these radical changes on Earth here. Fucking bizarre shit going on. I'm trying to be funny and joke about it, but in reality, it's kind of sad because it's done nothing but drive a wedge between parents and kids and families, but that plays right along with everything else that's going on in the world. It's all fucked up. And you know what? It's been in the Bible for 2,000 years, and we're forgetting every day that this has all been told about, that this kind of shit was going to happen. You walk away from God, this is what happens. God's got your back, but you can't turn your back on him, People still do. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a fucking crazy ass world, dude. But thing is a lot of the problem is the youth of today is listening to these communist teachers they got that everything's fucked up and this and that, and they're telling them how bad their parents are and all this. Well, you know what? I don't even know why they're allowed to. What's it say? Wait a minute. Dang it, I gotta go. I agree with everything though, and I love everyone here. What's that, by the way? This all happened. It's social media happened. Yes, you're right. Yep. Yeah. I pretend friends. Yeah. Yep. You have a good one, Mixed Media. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. It's good hearing from you. Stay safe. That was one saying I didn't like during COVID, too. Stay safe. No, I'm going to go walk along the edge of a cliff and, maybe ride a unicycle up there and be just dangerous as I can, because I like dangerous freedom far better than safe prisons. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That whole mentality of be careful. No, go live your life. Go fucking live your life and fuck worrying about everything. And yet still, because we're human, we do that anyway a little bit. We worry about shit. But they really turned up the volume on that, didn't they? See you later. Have a good one, Mixed Media. Again, thank you for coming by. Appreciate you. And fine and dandy. Hang on 1 second. Let me see what I got left on the battery. And I'm still golden. I got 41%. I charged this phone till damn near the thing melt down. You know, I had that bitch all charged up. The other one I didn't. Go scuba diving. Are you talking to me, Jay? Go scuba diving. What you don't? Do you guys even know what I was referring to about how everybody was concerned? You know, be safe, wear another mask, stay away from grandma, and all that shit. Did everybody forget about that? I like to keep reminding people so we never have to go back to that full of fear, fucked up attitude. The whole world went into like afraid of everything. That you know, might get COVID from your own shadow. Stand 6 feet away from your own fucking shadow. I mean, that's about the size of it. Got to be ridiculous, you know. It messed people up. I'm laughing about, but in reality, fuck people. It's the youth of today are really messed up because they were made to wear. Oh well, I feel a nice breeze coming through here now. Being dangerous, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just words, but that's how they social engineer us to think and say certain things, and we don't even realize it. We're just following along because that's human nature. We don't want to be different than everybody else. But after a while, I started questioning, like, why all of a sudden, you know, these words and these things became popular is because they wanted them to become, you know. I can't ever forget. Yeah, me neither, Tammy. It was bullshit. They lied to the whole world. They gaslighted us. Even if it was, you know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the COVID didn't exist or anything. There was something going around. However, there's been tons of shit going around for millennia, and people are still here. Why did they think that the whole planet instantly was going to get wiped out if they didn't wear a mask and listen to everything the government said? The government was walking around like the king of the world, you know, telling us what to do and, you know, censoring you if you said differently. It's bullshit. It isn't right. So where did our bots go? We had some bots in here earlier. Amir was here, and they just rolled off. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It traumatizes with September 11th. Do you guys remember how it happened 100 years ago? And it's exactly right. And you know something? They were playing around at Fort Riley 100 years ago with the Spanish flu. They were trying to weaponize it. I don't know if it was right during or after. There was military, Fort Riley, Kansas. There was, and I think they have it at Fort Meade in Maryland. There's been experimentation on, you know, germ warfare and shit. So they fucking created that shit pretty much. Anyway, I was getting ready to say, all the trauma they put across with 9/11 was horrible, right? But when they kept showing it over and over and over, building falling, people screaming and falling out of windows and jumping out of windows, there was no need to keep showing it for days on end, you know? They were trying to burn that in our mind, you know, so that would give them the green light to go bomb Iraq and say, you know, they did it, or weapons of mass destruction. And later on, George Bush admitted that that was a mistake and admitted he was wrong. I don't know exactly how he said it, but he owned up to it. Maybe his conscience started to bother him. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, they kind of did it again with COVID. They burned that into our heads, and then years later they burned this COVID thing, and literally they put tape down on the floors in the grocery stores to stay 6 feet apart, and that's fucking ridiculous. Like the germ's gonna, if you're 7 feet, you're safe, but if you're 6 feet, a sneeze travels 22 feet, assholes, Yeah, I mean, go look that up. That's actually about the distance a sneeze can go, from what I heard. And anymore, even that's probably bullshit. You don't know. Anything that you hear now, you got to take with a grain of salt. Everything's BS. I hate to say it, but there's so much propaganda and crap going. And I live in Oklahoma City. Oh shit, yeah. Wow, dude. Yeah, exactly. Oklahoma City. That's starting to get forgotten. They'll probably try to do it again because it's starting to fade away out of people's memory. And that's what I was saying. If you know history, you know the future. Because they love to keep doing the same tricks over and over again, except for they're waiting until all the older people start dying off and then pull the same bullshit on the youth. Because someone said this the other day, a young person that I know at work said, yeah, young people today aren't as smart. I said, no, you are smart, you're just not wise. You haven't lived long enough to learn about shit that's happened already, and they got you so distracted that you can't pay attention. But that's the whole problem. Wisdom and intelligence are two different things. Wisdom comes with living through experiences, and intelligence is something you're born with. Now, if you choose to dumb yourself down, or if the government's doing it for you by dumping chemicals into your food and everything, that's where the problem is. Yep, world is fucked up, people. Yeah, fucked up. Man, I'm sweating like a dog out here. I think I'm gonna probably go in a minute. I should have just done the damn thing in the house. Let's see, I've been on here 2 hours. Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably end the live stream now. So who's on here still? I got 3 people according to that thing. Oh yeah, one more thing. Now that I was on a rant, what the fuck happened with the bird flu all of a sudden? It killed off billions of chickens. All of a sudden, stopped on a dime. They're on to other shit now, a different agenda. What, bird flu decided to walk away, pack its bags, and go south for the winter? Fucking hey, where the fuck's it at? You know? There you go. But you know what I'm saying? That was the new fear they were trying to shove down our throat, the bird flu. Meanwhile, they basically killed millions upon millions of chickens that they didn't need to do. Even if they had bird flu, you know what? Wouldn't have fucking done a damn thing to you. If you bring it up above 170 degrees, where you cook, if you know anything about bacteria and viruses and shit, there's certain levels of heat that kill it, you know? And like salmonella, I think you got to bring it above, the salmonella is 165, and they're both bacteria and viruses are two different things. A virus dies a lot sooner than that. I think a virus will actually die at $1.45, I heard. But don't quote me on that. Look it up for yourself. The point being, all that chicken that they killed and threw in the trash and got rid of because bird flu, it's contaminated. No, it isn't. You cook it, it's fucking gone. The germ doesn't exist. You've already eaten chicken with bird flu, and it's probably happened to somewhere along, KFC or something, or some other form of chicken that you ate probably had bird flu, but it's cooked properly. There's no way it would get into you from being cooked over if it's cooked properly. And what they could have done with all these slaughtered chickens, I said this before, is they could have, instead of making the farmer take a beating and lose all his money and not be able to get another crop, they basically were starving us to death. It's the beginning of famine. It's in the Bible. Same deal. They're bringing it to pass right now. They're trying to. The point being is you could process that chicken right on the farm, build a little processing area, kill the chicken, get rid of it, and cook it to safe temperature, cool it, and hold it at safe temperature, cryovac it and send it out pre-cooked. No problem. They could have used that chicken meat. There's people starving to death, and they're throwing millions of pounds of food down the drain, and nobody said that. Nobody questioned that. I put my life on the line. I mean, I guarantee you can do that, and there would be no problem. Prove me wrong. Go do some research on it. That pisses me off. They literally have people starving to death, and they're throwing away millions upon millions of pounds of chicken meat, right? And here's the next thing. Now they've been going after the Amish. Amish has been drinking milk that's unpasteurized, raw milk, right? They were stopping them from doing that. Now they're getting, the point being is, they've gotten away with it for decades and decades. Amish have been doing that, but they're stopping them from doing that. Why is the government so worried about that? We're looking out for your health. That's why we're going to, make sure you eat your vegetables and get all healthy. And we're going to send you over to catch a bullet in the Ukraine or somewhere else. The government doesn't give a fuck about you. Just being real about it. They just, it's all bullshit. Typhoid, hepatitis, pleurisy. Doesn't come from cooked chicken. When it's above that shit doesn't survive. Go look it up, dude. But yes, if you eat it raw, you get salmonella, all that shit. They just throw it in the fucking trash. You could have cooked that off and even used it in dog food, cat food. It's just a big waste, and they never compensated the farmers. They just came on, killed all their chickens off, threw their profits down the drain. But if somebody did that to those big companies, BlackRock or something, said, no, you can't make money off of this product or that, they'd be flipping out. They can go fucking squash a little farmer on that. E. coli. Right, there's all kinds of disease. You can get that from eating a lot of different things. But if it's cooked right, if it's cooked and, brought to the right temperature, that shit doesn't live. Let me bring it up for you. Salmonella. Listen to this. What temperature is safe for cooking chicken so it doesn't have any bacteria or virus? I didn't say that right. I don't know if that's I'm trying to Google it. To ensure chicken is safe to eat, free of harmful bacteria and viruses, it should be cooked to a minimum internal temperature of 165 Fahrenheit, 73.9 Celsius. According to the USDA, this temperature is recommended for all poultry, including chicken breasts, whole birds, legs, thighs, and wings. So that's the fucking FDA saying that. Didn't they ever think to use any of that chicken and just cook the shit out of it instantly after you slaughter it because it was diseased, and then cook it off and use it? Am I wrong? What's that? Y'all think we should have a mod call about bots? Yeah, you know what? They've been coming and going off my channel, and I just ignore them more or less. Talk to them a little bit here and there. Yeah. I ain't even worried about them. They're gonna keep sending them out. But I'm wondering, is that YouTube sending like the Amir one? Is that a weird coincidence? We had a Amir on the channel who was a mod, or like Doc, I think it was Doc said, is it possible Amir somehow made them bots? How do you make a fucking bot? Does anybody here on this channel know right now? Because I don't. I think we should have 3 mods in this stream, 3 mods in the other stream. Yeah, you could do that. Jump back and forth too. But you know what? The mods are telling us, you know, that we're not following the guidelines and all this stuff. So they're not even, you know, why? Why are they doing that? Because they should have a human being from YouTube giving us a strike if we need one or whatever, not a robot, not in my opinion. The Iranian government does it? Maybe. What are you laughing at there, Tammy? What Doc just said? Bot fans. It's a program? I don't know. I don't care about bots. I don't even know. Couldn't give a shit. I deal with real people, live people. Yeah, bots are bots. It's like parts are parts. Yeah. Fucking, there was a commercial about that. There's an app for that. Probably, yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. Didn't even know you could do that. See how ignorant I am about dumb shit like technology? But let me tell you about history and how it's going to repeat itself. Because it will. And people will be too worried about making bots. Exactly. Bots are going to bot. Yep. There's actually a fly called a bot fly, I think. It literally burrows into your skin. And fucking, I think it lays eggs or something in you. It's like down in South America, and this worm starts eating your flesh. I don't know what made me think of that. I think there's something, it's called a bot fly. Doc, you ever hear of that? What are you joking about? I didn't see that. There's an... Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, but, there's some kind of fly that lands on you or something down in it's Amazon. Actually, they got to pull them out. I saw a YouTube video where a guy's trying to take one out of a cow. Thing burrowed in. Yeah, it's freaking gross. Look up bot flies. Oh man, it's hot as fuck out here. I think I'm gonna kill the live stream. I'm sweating my ass off. I want to go in and turn the air conditioner up and just chill out. You guys have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully, once I get through all the bullshit and figure out what's going on in my life, I'll try to do more live streams. Just fucking ain't got the time right now. I'm running around door dashing for extra cash, hunting around, doing all kinds of shit right now. So I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Hit me with a thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe if you're new here. See you guys later. Have a good one.